So this is not. I will not say this is this discussion is not gonna be short, but I will take my time to explain this for a purpose also. So I identify myself always with my not countable self within the chain, with my not countable self and not countable realities. Within the chain to the not countables, the ancestors to the not countables, to also the ancestors, space ancestors, learning ancestors. Yes, learning and teaching ancestors. I also identify myself with the non-catables civilization and cultures, and that classification non-catables of that type and forms and categories of those that have solved all the issues, are those ones that said they will do whatever they want and they think whatever they want, and they never obey in life. Death forms, not life. They are not life from death forms, because everything they do, they put death and disease into everything they do for the purpose, because they've already decided not to listen, not to live. So I did a recording, not from those individuals. I just completed a recording, an audio recording that talks about the how inappropriate never to consider what they call anus sex, or what they will call butt sex, or what they will call any dominance, or any destructive sexual position, or destructive sexual sexual arrangement, or destructive sexual or using the parts that are never meant for sexual. So hand, leg is not for, it's not, it's different with if you are using your finger to touch your, now I will not use partner with your girlfriend. Girl is a girl and not any other thing. A boy is a boy and not any other thing. Not meaning that they are not in any form, in any way, carrying any part or body of another gender. So a boy is a boy or not, a girl is a girl or not. Can never, you cannot. That is also destruction to project that they're carrying any parts or any, whether hidden or not, of another gender, which that is. So the is so we have established that anus is not for sex. Anus is never for sex. And those that will put their hand in their anus, which is a no, 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 in any form, or those that will put their hand in any part of their body for the wrong reasons, will that's also what causes decay and death of that particular being, and that's where the decay starts also. But it's quite different when you're brushing your mouth, when you are cleaning yourself. Cleaning yourself also is not the same thing as you're cleaning yourself and flossing your mouth. It's not the same thing. The butt, I've talked about how to clean the butt, never to put your hand in the butt in any form, in any way, never to but to wash it, like not brushing it, not to stimulate any feeling from it, to use water to wash it, but not to there's no fear of those that want to present fear. When you're washing your hands, you use your mouth to put your mouth to kill them, and also use your mouth to put, and the water that you're using to wash your hands will kill those ones that want to project falsehood, or want to project simulating the anus area, which is not for sex. And I just wanted to show this for what it is. But what I wanted to discuss is this information that they're distorting. Those destructive life forms, just those never obeying dead forms. That life form are taken and given to punish those that are projecting that information. So those ones that say they will do whatever they want are the ones misusing and abusing anything they see in order to destroy themselves and others. So how do they spell? So spelling is not intelligence. I talked about this also. And what happened at what the place they consider as a shady. A shady primary school is not what it is, and it's not what the name of that place is. The imaginaries of it then optionally to approve the death and destruction of the imaginaries, all the imaginaries of everything. So that information, that spelling, pronunciation, writing very well, that will never be given to anyone, is learning, writing very well, and being beautiful, and being responsible, and fairness to all, I would take that fairness on and be responsible to give back to my day. Those that want to confuse the same will confuse themselves and die. I'm not kidding. So spelling is not intelligent because of those that want to project false spelling and then not claim that that individual was the one that spelled it. That will like what happened at the place at Access Bank also. That they are the ones, those ones that said they will do whatever they want, are the ones projecting false spelling or spelling that will now want to distort what that thing is meant to be used for. Yes. So with this, so they will spell anus as U AUNS, and I will spell anus, and I will spell anus as ANUS. Now the connotation is this, right? There's that thing they do, right? When those that have when those in so a certain level of awareness right now is happening in real time, you will never know where it is. That when you use them to spell things, you spell it the way the more wants you to spell it at that level of awareness. There are not countable ways of spelling it anyway, but those that say they will do whatever they want, as that they're using that their own spelling to cause distortion, to deceive others, to switch things around so that people will never understand. So those that are not paying attention or using them more will not understand what's really going on. So those times they will say that the person did not spell it the right way. It's wrong because they're the ones spelling it in the wrong way and projecting that information to the other person. The same thing happens with also pronunciation and reading also. So as we go along, as we advance in the future time frame, these things were already clear. So when I now petition Google, as I was googling the word anus, I know what it is. That is then I petition Google to tell me more about anus. And Google, if I go the first time I googled that information when I googled my own spelling, and this has happened over and over. If I googled at that time before the Google made the correction, because I talked about Google as a life form. Google overview is a life form. There's no such thing as artificial intelligence. Google, Google, Google application. Google is a life form. Those that are working there, using their model to work there to do the things, to look at things. And I talked about this at earlier on that as Google knows what is happening. That if I that if I that Google is looking at everything everyone is doing. That's the Google itself and the people that work in and the Christian client is just as one as well. They might be into also the not capable culture and solution have moved beyond and solve all the issues that's coming from those ones that say they will do whatever they want. Google, they are reviewing these things in real time and they're looking at it. So if I type in something in Google, Google will look at it. Those that work there in a flash, before a flash of a light, they will not those ones that are not there. That's the UFO guys are not there. They will like Papa and Mama and marriage and also annual sex is not there. It's not what is happening, even though that's what they're showing, but that's not what is happening. But you wanted to see this in ways that it would make sense. That it will make sense to those that doesn't understand what's going on. And I've talked about this in my YouTube videos. So you look at it, right? Google looked at that information. Google will now say, why is this person typing a spelling differently from what the other people are typing? Then Google will now look at the Google overview with their more reachable and additional countables will look at the reasons and there's a court session. Yes, there's a thought court session or the court session. Google has also a court. They will look at it. They will now say, what is the reason why this person is typing this word like this or this thought form like this? What is the reason why the other person is like? They will now compare these things and compare notes. You see the differences where that's UN and NU. That's why the difference falls in. And Google will now begin to look at these things and then say, then they will not come to a conclusion why those ones that are putting death and disease in their thoughts and in their words and in their communications. And then Google will throw away. Yes, Google will throw away the wrong spelling that has that and disease in it. They thought that the spelling that will want to make someone to do the wrong things. Yes, the spelling and the thought and the communication that will want to project falsehood to others. The spelling and the communication that will want to persuade others in never to control anyone, to persuade others to destroy themselves or to destroy their anus. Yes, or to destroy the anus. Before I started Googling, they will start saying that he doesn't know how to spell Google. He doesn't know how to spell anus. But they did not say that they are putting death and disease in their own spelling. And this also, that thing that happened there is not where it happened, but that projected experience where those ones that say that papa mama that are not there are saying that they were as per Google, it's not the right way. And Google made that correction there. Google was there, say that is the way Google will spell, because that's their way their mom wants them to spell. So Google is not just in the US, Google is everywhere. Yes. So with this, and now petition Google to come into my reality. Google is already here. And in this non-catable and the non-catable question solution, I've already solved all the issues coming from those ones that are weak spelling to put behavioral code or behavioral code injection to persuade others to do the wrong things or to not look at things in the wrong way. So, sex. Anus is not for sex. It's not meant for sex. It will never be sex. It will never be a tool for sex. And your leg is not for sex. Those that now will show a picture of another thing where they're using another thing, a a a, a timber, a long stick or small stick or long stick is not for sex. So anyone doing that is also dead, that they're killing themselves with what they say is sex, which is not what is happening. So with this, I will now show the spelling that Google, as I talked about it, Google will look at these things. Google will make the assessment to now. Google have already made the assessment and the reasons why they now put this one I'm showing right now. Google has already. Those that want to now project things that after this discussion, I'm sure I'm more to take to punish them, to declare on the one those that want to project spelling or thought forms to now want to push that code, that pharmacy, that which is also pharmacy, that juju, that behavioral code to make others to do the wrong things, or to make others to consider to do the wrong things, which is also that itself. So this spelling here is the starting a building block. As we progress into what they consider in the future time frame and the new time frame, the spellings and the things will become more clearer. But today is a good day that instantly Google made the correction. Yes, those that will say false information will fall into their falsehood and fall into their disobedience and fall into their death and disease and fall into their trickery and fall into their own very death. Yes, I'm not kidding. I'm sure more to show that those ones that are now saying things that are not supposed to be, saying the things that are saying the destructive thought in their mind are still going through the court process because their thought is affecting everyone, and them will punish them and approve their death because they are told even before they start sending the information and thought not to do those things because of what is causing to everyone. So with this, so I picture more additional countables to acknowledge, to recognize Google overview. Yes, Google overview, not AI. There's no such thing as artificial intelligence to recognize Google. For that, I will not use those words. I will not use the image for comparing and figuring out the right spelling and the right things. And also, we wanted to show as Google overview their writing of the things I'm talking about. Yes, Google is also an information, I'll say an information library, an information system, library with a zero, information system with a zero, defined by Google, and those that work there, those that have accepted to be obedient to that force that made them. So with this, I will appreciate my day to conclude, and indeed it's not accountable to conclude. They will never see anything in that calendar to conclude, and also to punish those that will send information to deceive others, and all the things I say after I give a talk. So with this, I will petition mode to combine to petition countable to combine the physical discussion and the more discussion to become one, to become a life force. And the petition mode to bring down all the distortions. Petition mode to petition countable, petition mode not countable civilization and cultures have moved beyond us about the issues are those ones that will use communication and spelling and pronunciation and pronunciation and thought also to fight and to deny also that that's not what they're doing. As the petition will do to petition them to also to approve on ending war and persecution and the destruction of those that want to project others, those that want to persuade others to do the wrong things. So with this, option to also to combine the physical discussion and the more discussion to become one, and other things I will say at the end and at the beginning and during each of my recordings.